First, I have to say that auditory discrimination difficulties are quite common. In my experience, at least 1 in 4, if not more, suffers from this. The hearing has at least 2 effects on human performance, and even, or should I say, especially in sports with athletics. First, the hearing has a direct effect on doing and performing. In many tasks and sports, you need to hear well and quickly understand what was said, and then react correctly in the very situation. And if the brain does not understand the speech well, this slows down the athlete's reactions. And this slowing down effect is a direct effect of auditory problems. Another impairing effect occurs when the hearing is inaccurate. The brain will have to work more, which then slows down all the brain functions, which should be needed in sports activities. For example, the difficulty of auditory discrimination also easily leads to pronunciation problems, and then it is often difficult to learn foreign languages, and the challenges of reading and remembering are common. It is then causing indirect negative effects in sport, or whatever a person is doing. The third, and certainly alarming effect is loss of concentration. And the ability to concentrate is one of the keys to successful sports. And the more difficulty a person has in auditory discrimination, the harder it is for him or her to focus on the essential. Against this background is perhaps the primitive human need to hear well and easily signals of danger, and the difficulty of auditory discrimination impairs this automatic alarm system. As a result, the ability to concentrate is impaired. This is well observed in school-age children, for example. As their auditory difficulties are corrected, their ability to concentrate practically always improves significantly. And one interesting issue is that because of the differences in the neurological processes of girls and boys handling linguistic material in the brain, boys and men are even more vulnerable here. Okay. Let's take some practical examples. A person can have a pit with a hearing curve, not hearing some sounds properly, or a person can have a descending hearing curve, not hearing high-frequency consonants, for example. One can have hypersensitivity hearing. Or linguistic hearing information does not address directly to the language processing brain area. This will slows down certainly the linguistic understanding process. Some people can have all these hearing problems at the same time, which really doesn't make life easy. And all these persons have, according to the ear doctors, the so-called normal hearing. They just can't understand what was said. Then the ear doctor can give a diagnosis called retrocochlear hearing loss, which means the ears are hearing normally, but the brain does not understand what it has heard. In our experience, underlying this is often too long a routing of auditory information in the brain, which can often be corrected with specific auditory therapy. However, the hearing, and as we call this, auditory discrimination difficulties can often be treated with specific auditory activation therapy. The auditory therapy activates synapses in the auditory cortex, and the goal is to activate to hear and perceive all sounds, especially these, what the brain did not hear previously well. Our experience is that in most cases this also succeeds.